Hey everyone, welcome back to another Fusion tutorial. In today's video, we are going to do a subscriber request. I had someone message me and ask how to do something with this model. The creator of this model has this posted on Makerworld, and he allows for the download of his Fusion file, which is how I got a hold of this. I will link to that creator in the comments, or the model in the comments. Now, he has it set up with some parameters, so you can change inside width, length, height, all sorts of stuff with this, but we won't change any of that today. So what my subscriber wanted to do was create an insert in this little bin that he can take in and out and maybe put some subdividers in it, but he was having trouble creating an insert that fit perfectly inside because it's, he couldn't match um, these rounded corners and this chamfer here and all that. So I'm going to show you the easiest way to do that. So what you're going to want to do is go into Surface. And many of you, if you're new to Fusion, might not work a lot in surfaces, but surfaces are really useful in a lot of situations. So what we're going to do is go to Create and Offset. And you can kind of read the little box here what it does, but when you click on Offset, it wants you to select faces and surfaces. So I'm just going to click this surface and this surface, and we're not gonna click this bottom surface, and I'll tell you why. Because we're gonna create a little clearance, and I don't want the bottom to come up, right? I want that to stay flat. So if you see this little arrow, if we drag this arrow in, you can start seeing it is offsetting this surface, which is why this is called the offset tool. And we're going to make the offset the clearance we want. So let's do a clearance of maybe like, oh, I don't know, like 0.3 millimeters, and hit OK. So now if I hide this bottom here, you can see now I have that surface, and it's offset by 0.3 millimeters all around the inside of this container. Okay, so what do we do with this now? We need to turn this into a solid body. So first we're going to put a bottom on it, and the easiest way to do that is something called the patch tool. The patch tool will take an edge, like an open edge, and it'll detect it and it'll patch it. Now, there's some caveats to this, or some things you need to know. If you are going to patch everything like this and you wanted this to be a solid body, you can see in the bodies here, it's still not solid bodies. We have 3 surface bodies. What you'd want to do is go to the stitch tool. You can select your container here, and it will see the edges that kind of separate the different surface bodies. And if you hit OK, it stitches them together. And what it left us with is now a solid body. So this is just one big solid chunk, which we don't really want for this situation. So I'm going to just reverse this. I'm going to delete everything here, and I'm going to go back and patch this and hit OK. And what we want to do, okay, well, actually, you know what? If we would have kept what we just did, then you could actually use the shell tool on the top surface and then shell that out. So that would be one way you could do it, but this way is a little faster. All you have to do once you have these 2 surface bodies is go to Create and Thicken. And you can just select all of the inner surfaces, or the out. Well, in this case, we want inner for sure. And let's say we want this to be 2 millimeters. It'll thicken by 2 millimeters. And then we're left, it keeps the surface bodies, but now we have a solid body. And if you take a look, let me hit A, and let's duplicate this, turn this maybe like a red color. Done. Let's put a color on it. And now if we put this body back on, we have a insert that fits perfectly into this little container. Now, I'm not going to go into too many more details on this. This pretty much gets you where you need to be. If you did want to do some like dividers and stuff, what I would do is I would create a construction line or construction plane on the top here and hit OK. I would do a sketch on that plane. And then I would project, so hit P for project. I would project this top surface. So you want specified intent. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. You want selection filtered as this, and you want the projection length checked and hit OK. So if we turn that body off, now we have this outline. What you could simply do is find the middle of this container. I'm just going to do a construction line here, a center rectangle, and you could just do a wall like this. Let's say we wanted this to be 2 millimeters. We can select this sketch profile, hit E for extrude, and we're going to go to object for extent type, and we're going to select the object right here. But you have to click on, if we don't change any settings, you're going to have this sticking out. You have to change this, which means it's going to kind of contour to all the faces around it. So if we click that, it contours to the inside of this container, and hit OK. Let's hide this sketch, and there you have a little divider. So let's turn this back on, and there you go. There is your perfect insert. If this is too high for you, you could hit E and extrude and bring that down a little bit. Not sure if this needs room for the lid, but there you go. All right, I hope that helped, and I will see you on the next tutorial.